All right, so here are the 10 laws of deadbeat success. My name is Dan Brock, the Deadbeat Super Affiliate. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification button so that you're notified of any Make Money Online videos that I release when I release them. All right, so what I'm going to talk about here today are not the actual tactics to making money online, but the things that I think are actually way more important to not only building a successful business, but a successful deadbeat lifestyle. All right, so without further ado, let's jump right in. Before we do that, here is yesterday's $30 cash contest winner. Congrats to the winner. And today we're doing the same exact thing here today. Just comment below something related to this video, and you can potentially win $30 for top commenter here today. All right, without further ado, let's jump on in, and I'll teach you the 10 laws to deadbeat success. Let's get to it. Here we go. All right, deadbeat. So law number 1 of 10 of becoming a successful deadbeat online. This is the most important thing. You have to go through and change the lens of how you view online opportunities, and that is to work smart. And obviously that's very cliche, so let me just drill this down or get a little metaphysical on you. All right, so when I was young, I realized that the only way to acquire wealth was to create some kind of business where I would go and build that business, do the work, and I could literally remove myself from the process, in other words, systemize it, so that there was almost like a clone of me out there doing the actual action steps of that business while I went on to find either another business opportunity or learn for more ways to grow the business even further. So let's get literal with this definition. Let's just take a YouTube video, for example, whether it be PowerPoint, whether you show up on video. Let's say you did a quick little YouTube video about, a review of the Canon 70D camera. That video is essentially a literal clone of you that's sitting out there online getting views. It's like almost like a salesman of yourself out there repeatedly every single day without you doing anything, doing the work that you would normally have to do if you were unable to clone yourself to do it. So that'd be like the equivalent of, let's pick a real world job. Let's say you're washing cars, right? That's your real world job. Let's say you had a clone of you literally washing the cars, and now you had a second version of yourself that you could do whatever you want. That clone doing the work and getting you money as you do your own thing. So just try to think of things like that. I know it's really crazy, this metaphysical, whatever that word is, concept, but this is a real thing. There are plenty of opportunities out there where you can literally replicate yourself to earn more money as you go. All right, law number 2. I think this is also just as important that this is just to know, this is from my experience, that getting successful is actually pretty easy to do compared to staying successful. All right, so what happens, this happens to a lot of people. It's happened to me before too. So I always know that this possibility is out there. And that is, once you become successful, it's very easy to get complacent and think that now that you've made it, your rest of your life is going to be like that from now on. But the reality is, with success, it's a depreciating asset. So that means that as time goes on, it deteriorates no matter what, no matter how luck is involved. It's up to you to continue to push that boulder up the hill if you want to continue that level of success. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to grind it out every single day. Like, there have definitely been businesses, just make sure this isn't too long, that I've done that have earned for many, many years to come. But if you want to continue to feel successful and actually be successful, you have to continually push the boulder up the hill. Now, this could just mean your health, your mental stability. It doesn't necessarily mean working really hard. So just try to differentiate that. All right, number 3. This is also just as important as all the other ones, and that is basically you are the sum total of everything that you consume and or spend your time around. So the people that you spend your time around, the books that you read, the messages that you take in, whether it be news articles, whether it be Facebook posts. Our brain has a very weird way of basically becoming whatever it surrounds itself with. So same with your body. What you put in is what you become. So if you drink beer, your body essentially becomes a beer version of yourself. So I know that's like bro science or whatever, but in a nutshell, that's how it works. So what that means is that surround yourself with good things, and your mind has a way of becoming that stuff. Even if you don't even want it to happen, subconsciously it'll adapt and meld to that direction. So very important tip here. There is no way to circumvent this. This is definitely an unbreakable law. Number 4. One negative action is 10 times more powerful than a than a positive action. So what I mean by this is you could spend 10 days grinding it out, building yourself up, doing nothing but positive things. And one day of, like a drinking binge, for example, will erase all of those 10 days. So it'll take you literally 10 more days to get back to where you were. So it's not a 1-to-1 trade-off. It's usually a 1-to-10 trade-off. Just keep that in mind. So that's another important thing. Number 5, there are no benefits at all to creating enemies. So what this means is that you kind of have to keep your ego and your pride in check. And so let's just say someone, you have those interactions where somebody's being a D-bag or whatever. Try to resist the urge to be a D-bag back, because that just creates this never-ending spiral of a conflict. And if you want to be successful, basically the more allies that you have, the less enemies that you have out there spreading bad things about you, and the more that are saying good things about you, essentially the better off you're going to be. So try not to create enemies at all costs, even if this means that you have to check your ego a little bit, and maybe, for a temporary interaction, you might not look as cool as the other person or whatever. It's worth it in the long run. So keep the short-term need of one-upping people out of it as much as best as you can. Obviously, we're all human, so there's limits to what you can do. All right, number 6, money is freedom. And this is what keeps dreams alive. At some point, people give up on their dreams, and it usually has to do with money. So they might have to give up and provide for the family, do more realistic stuff. Money equals freedom, and the freedom to not only do what you want, but to attempt to accomplish your dreams. So keep that in mind. And that leads to this point. Material possessions drain brain power. All right, so if you have money, I like some people like buying, so some people it's healthy for them to buy materialistic things. Personally, I believe it just is a thing that weighs your mind down. Like, let's say you have a Lamborghini, for example, right? Unless you're using this as an advertising piece or a way to get business, which could or could not be true. Like Tai Lopez, for example, that's true. These things, even if they're sitting in a garage, you're constantly worried about it. Even if it's sitting there completely safe, you're worried like, oh God, what if like the oil's in there circulating through your engine, it's hardening up and it's eating away and corroding the parts of the engine, which happens if the car sits. So you're constantly worried about that stuff. All right, number 7? Number 8, dreams fade with age. This is what I've noticed for me. When I was 12 years old, the dream is still alive and well for me, but that feeling of having a dream goes away the older you become. Now, whether that be because reality seeps in, or you just kind of, the idea of going after the dream kind of slowly loses its allure over time as you are met with more failure and defeat. The older you get, the less that feeling of that dream is still alive. But that doesn't mean that once that feeling fades, you can't still accomplish the dream. But just know, the younger you start, the better off you are, simply because that dreams fade with time. Number 9, don't trade more money for more stress. Stress is not a good thing. Basically, the more stress you have, the more likely you're going to make errors. And in the game of business, it's a consecutive process of making decisions, and one bad decision can ruin your business. So you have to make sure that stress is always maintained and under control. If you start feeling that feeling of your chest tightening and your brain starting to like go into overdrive, that's not a good thing. So you have to, whatever's causing that, if you have to shut down half your business, shut down half the business, because too much stress eventually leads to failure. That's what I've learned. Number 10, if you don't know what to invest in, this is something that you should do regardless of your level of success. This is something you continually do over and over again. Invest in skills for yourself, more knowledge, and people, building out your network. So those 3 things you cannot go wrong investing in. Like, people ask all the time, they're like, I got 40 grand to invest. What do I invest in? Those 3 things right there. Building up your network, a positive group to hang around, more knowledge, more skills. You cannot go wrong. All right, so with that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, the 10 laws of deadbeat success. If you want to start your own online business following these principles, check out my free guide that shows you step-by-step how to create an Amazon affiliate marketing business from scratch. So the link to that is below, or just go type into your browser deadbeatuniversity.com/guide. All right, so again, that's going to show you A to Z how to create your own online affiliate marketing business, regardless if you're a beginner, if you have no computer skills at all, if you don't know how to build a website, none of that matters. I'll show you how to do all of it so you can potentially get up and running and have a passive income online business where you can replicate yourself over and over again and remove yourself from the process starting today. All right, so link below, deadbeatuniversity.com/guide. With all that said, my name is Dan Brock, the Deadbeat Super Affiliate. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe. Join the Deadbeat Revolution today by clicking the circle subscribe button right here. With that said, may also, share that video with your friends, comment below, hit that like button. My name is Dan Brock, the Deadbeat Super Affiliate. Time for me to go take a nap.